Hi there, Consuelo from Consuelo's Viola's Daughter channel, and I'm here to say hi again to all my subscribers, existing ones, and to any of the new ones that have come in to see me. I'm thankful for all of you, and if you would kindly press the like, little thumbs up. Some people call them thummies. But if you would press that likes up, that would help me so much with YouTube and verifying what my content is, and if I should be even on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. But I really appreciate it if you would press that thumbs up when you come in. And thanks so much. Today, I was thinking of doing a little video of some more of my FOs, or finished objects as we call them. And I just have a few today. Maybe I'll make another video later on. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff. I don't think I put any of that on YouTube yet. And so maybe you take a look at it and see what I've been doing with my time. Besides getting and keeping myself out of trouble, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of cardigans. I have quite a few. I'm looking over here because I got a few here and I didn't even remember that I have them or that I made them. I have 3 over here, and I was only going to show you one of them. So we'll see how much the time goes. If I wear out my welcome, then I'll make another video. So let me show you the first one. And the first one is, let me explain that first. It's a cardigan that other creators on YouTube have made, and in my travels of trying to make new and different exciting objects, I came across this one, and I made it in my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors, which is pinks, any shade of pink. Pink, red, orange, I like them all. Purple, you name it. I like most colors, almost all colors. So this cardigan that I made, it's over there in the corner. You might be able to see a little part of it. I put it on the mannequin's body that I have here. I was going to wear it myself, but I realized it's a type of cardigan that, to look its best, you probably should have like a black t-shirt or turtlenecks, or white, a solid color, because the cardigan is not exactly blah. So you don't need anything else under the cardigan to make it look good. And you probably would like to look as slim as possible, so I suggest something like navy blue, dark gray, or black, which is when you would wear the cardigan anyway, because it's not a summer one. Yeah, it's called a Cocoon cardigan. And it's made from, let me pull it out here. She's coming, she's coming. All right, now I don't know if I can get the whole thing in here. You have to excuse my presentation here. It's made from a big granny square. I don't know if you can see it very well from here. As you can see, I started with a big granny square, and I got bigger and bigger until I thought it would fit me. And then I added some bands of gray because I thought an all pink cardigan would really be boring. And you only stitch it up together. Excuse me while I turn around. You only stitch it together in 2 places, and those make your sleeves. So you take the 2 corners, the far corners, on the left and right of your gigantic granny square, and you stitch them together. So it's like a shrug. You know the sleeves on a shrug? So that's what it comes out to be, like the sleeves on the shrug. You get this rolled out collar, which you can either wear it high or low, depending on how cold it is or how cute you want to look. And you know me. So and you would bring it closer together because I made a generous size one because I'm always cold. So I'm thinking, I'll probably be cold and I wouldn't want it open. You could probably make it open. The yellow crochet is fighting me underneath. See, and then you would bring it together. Let me see if I hang it back here. Maybe you can see it better. Excuse my back. I'm going to put it, see if I can put it here without knocking anything down. I don't know if that does it. Not really. But anyway, I came up with the idea of adding the stripes with it to make it more interesting. It was actually it's only two rows of gray. I don't know how many rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four rows deep of gray, and I just kept following the granny squares around on the outer edge, one sooner than later. And this one was the last one, and when it comes together, it looks all complicated, but it was just I made one gigantic granny square. Any crocheter pretty much knows what a granny square is. Simple stitch. Everybody pretty much knows how to do it if they do it, even if they don't like doing it. Everyone pretty much knows what makes a granny square. So that's my first show. I was going to show you that of the cardigans. And the yarn I used was Karen Simply Soft. Don't remember the name of the color. It was not a plain pink, which is why I liked it. It looks to me a little like sherbet berries kind. It has a little tinge of purple in it, and that's why I liked it so much. Sorry about my back. And the sleeves come like 3/4 on your arm, because it's very loose fit. And I was envisioning myself wrapped up in it like a blanket, which is probably how I would wear it. And excuse me fighting with this chair. Somebody changed the setting, and I'm really short, and they made it tall. So I'm always falling out of the chair. So you'll probably see me joggling around trying to stay in it. I do have another one right here, which I've never shown anybody. I think I was doing it originally for DOY's creation, DOY, capital D, capital O, capital Y, creation 7. I don't know if she still has the 7 in, but sometimes I see it popping up. And the owner of the channel, or host of the channel, is Jeanette, aka Soraya, a wonderful lady, a giving personality, uplifting, and she comes on Sunday mornings. I think it's my time, the Eastern time, it's 11. And then she's actually in the Central, so it's like 10 in a Sunday morning. And she stays on for maybe 2 hours. And we talk about everything. And so many people come on, the conversations go back and forth on all kinds of subjects. Always uplifting. She's always smiling. Which is pretty hard to do in this day and age, but she's always upbeat. And that's why I think everyone, just gravitates to her channel. So she had a make-along, not make-along, what is that called? Where you crochet along. She had a crochet along where we were all going to make cardigans and submit them to her. And I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the year. I think she's going to make like a slideshow, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really bad at rules, as you can tell, and I found out as I retired I could care less about them. So I'm really bad at transferring that kind of information to anybody. But if you go to her channel, I don't know if she's going to mention it recently. Maybe you can email her. I'm sure it's down in the bottom, where you have all your information. There's some way to contact her. It's been like a year long. There was no pressure. You do it when you can. You finish when you can. It could be any color, any style, short, long. She had no rules. That's why I did it. because I don't like all those rules. I'm not saying I'm right now. I'm just saying I don't like them. And I choose not to do most of them because I don't like all those. I mean, you have to have some kind of spectrum or else everybody would be the same. I understand that. I'm just being rebellious. What can I say? So, I don't know if I could put this on. I'm not really dressed to wear a cardigan, but I'll try. As you can see, I'm really short here. And then you can see how it looks somewhat. I don't think you're going to get me in the full picture because I don't have enough room to back up. I'll do my best. Yeah. Let me see if I can slide behind this big old chair. Oops, there goes the camera. Okay, it has a hood, which is, oh, I'll tell you what it's called. It actually looks like a hexagon. It's also supposed to be granny squares, but I didn't do it in the granny squares style. I did it closed because I didn't want all those holes. Again, I was worrying about being cold when I'm wearing this, you know, in the fall. You know, it starts out warm and it ends up chilly. Unfortunately, I can't show you the bottom of it. Not in this setting. And I haven't taken a picture of it. It does have a hoodie. I guess we work something like this. And it's like a big nice blanket with sleeves. As you can see, the design on the bottom, the yarn worked out so well. Look how it came out nice and followed around. And it's two, I'm getting warm. It's two hexagon granny squares. So instead of a regular rectangle, it has an extra point. It has 5. And then when you fold it, it becomes the sleeves. Now I found out that if I kept going, of course I made a little changes because of my size and shape. I found out that oops, let me get over here before I knock my camera down. I found out that if I just kept going, you know, around and around making the hexagon, sorry about this, I would end up with a really big jacket. And as you can see, it's big enough already, or cardigan. It's big enough already. So I made a little adaptation, I should say. I stopped around 4 rows in. I stopped 4 rows in, and I start going, closing it up. I closed it up. I said, that's long enough. I don't want my sleeves to be any more bell. I'm probably going to have a turtleneck or a long sleeve sweatshirt or something. Not a sweatshirt, but probably a top, you know, like a knit top or something, a lightweight top, you know, in the fall. And so I stopped. But then I was like, oh, but it's too short because of the pattern. Yeah, I'm standing up again. See, it became too short, and it was going to be shorted. I didn't like where it stopped. Although now that it's stretching, it's okay with me. But when I was making it, I wanted it to be longer. So I stopped it, and then I added this border around. I added this piece so I could control how wide it went and how long it got, but it got longer, then it got wider. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but if you just kept going around and around, you would end up with this humongous big square or hexagon, and it was gonna, like, you know, dwarf you. So I didn't do it that way. Now the original tutorial that I followed, she didn't have a hood. I put a hood on there on my own. It's not a big deal to put a hood on anything. You know, you just attach your thread and go around and then stitch it up closed. And you end up with this point kind of thing on there. I actually didn't put it on there to wear. I don't think I'm a hood person. Unless it's snowing or raining, I wouldn't care what I look like. But I put it on there just for the look. I didn't want another roll collar, long, I call them bathrobe collars, you know, the regular just long collar that wraps around you. It looks like your bathrobe or your pajamas. So I did a hood. And let me tell you, the yarn I used was, I gotta take it off, it's too warm. The yarn I used was Karen Big Cakes. I got it from Yarn Inspiration online, and I got it on this ridiculous price, of course. And then it's called Cranberry Crisp. That's the name of the color. It really looks like you did something really involved. I didn't control anything. I just let it go. The stripes worked out really nice in the back. Let me hold it up this way, maybe you could see it. I need a bigger room. I can't even do this. Or I would have to, do a separate film of me modeling it, which I am not a model. So as you can see, just see how I added those bands? They go straight across horizontally. I added those few bands. I just went around and around and around until I thought it was long enough. I did something else, which I'm kind of proud of myself because I really like how it came out. Instead of stitching the sleeves from the inside, where is the sleeve? Let me see. I don't know what you're seeing in the camera here. Instead of stitching the sleeve from the inside, I stitched the sleeve from the outside using, I did, what's that stitch that they call it? Crab stitch. It's called a crab stitch. So it's single crochet, but you go backwards. You go from the opposite direction, and it comes out like twisted. I don't know if you can see it. Comes out twisted, and you see a nice sharp, so it makes my sleeve, instead of being like a big baggy, it makes it look like I ironed it, which I'm not going to do. I don't iron anything if I can help it. My t-shirts, I just don't iron. Years ago I did, but now I don't. And you see how nice the pattern came out with, it looks like it was thought out, which it wasn't. You see this is the sleeve part. It's really hard to show this in the camera. That's probably why I didn't do it before. And so that's the hexagon. I added this. This also was not on the pattern. It's just a little, I took leather and I added a bone. That's actually bone. I made a toggle out of a gigantic bone bead. So this way, besides not liking the iron, I don't really like to sew. I don't mind crocheting, or I'll sew a little bit, but I don't really want to sew buttons on because in years past, taking care of 4 kids and a husband, there was 5 people whose buttons were always popping off at one time or the other. And, they'd have, I lost a couple of buttons. And, you sit down there and you're sewing, trying to find a match, trying to put a sturdy stitch so it won't break off again. And so I just try not to sew buttons. So this is actually leather. I used leather and I twisted it and I made a toggle. And because it's bone, it's so heavy, it drapes on its own. So that's one of the other cardigans I've done. But thanks to 2020, I never got to wear any of them. I made these in the beginning of 2020, thinking when I go to yoga class, I could wear the pink one, just throw it on. When I come out of yoga class, it'd be nice and warm and toasty. And but no yoga class. And I thought the same with this little jacket, cardigan. I thought I was going to get to wear it to my classes. And, some of the classes were at night, so when you come out, it might be warm when you went in. When you came out, it was cold. So I'm thinking, I'll, just put my little blankie on and run to my car. But I never got to do any of that because these things have never gotten worn because of 2020 and everything being shut down. So maybe this year. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I made it, I'm done, I'm good. And I have a couple of more stuff here, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to inundate you with, okay, like I was expecting to go to yoga. I go to yoga classes. I used to go, actually, like 3 times 3 times a week. One was at night. If I did meditation, then that would be a night, so that would be 2 nights. Then I would do 3 yoga classes other than that, but that would be in the afternoon. But, you know, like I said, you never know in the fall, in the winter, you don't know what kind of weather you're coming out to when you get in your car and you're all warmed and steamed up. And here's another jacket. So I'm thinking all these I'm going to wear out every day, you know, instead of a sweater. I'll just pop them on. Instead of a sweatshirt, I'll pop them on, try to make it look like I have an outfit in case I have to go somewhere afterwards. And this one is my design, which I can't really show you in the camera. Maybe I'll have to get a mannequin and put it on her. I did this also for the cardigan challenge, or whatever you want to call it. I did this also, so I thought I would have like 2 entries, the one with the hood and this one. Actually, I made 3, which I'm not going to show you because I can't remember whose pattern it was, or if it was anybody's pattern. So this one is another one. I don't know. I'll try and put it on. I don't think it's going to look good, and I'm not actually didn't have a complete or. There you go. Watch me dress like a little 5-year-old. Get all tangled up. Okay, where's the sleeve? Oh, okay. All right. Trying not to blind you with my bright pink shirt, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So this one is just 2 wide rectangles. 2 wide rectangles, and I changed the stitch and I changed the colors. This one I just added all different colors that were somewhat in the family. Shades of grays and reds and blue, maroons or burgundy. And then I added sleeves. And on the sleeves, I made them slightly belled. And again, like I said, if you have a turtleneck, it's going to look cute. You know, you have a gray turtleneck, a burgundy turtleneck, a black. I wear turtlenecks a lot when I'm cold. So then this is, let me step back here, see if I can get back here again. This is as far as I can go without crashing. And I made the collar fold over, but again, it was kind of overwhelming me. So, you see, I went straight across. So I made, oh my God, what did I do in this? Oh yeah, I did this. It was like a pocket shawl. So I did a shawl piece, and then I added the back. And I tend to like the back of my jackets long, so I don't have to worry about what's going on back there. I hope you can hear me. And then what I did was I didn't like the way it was hanging, so I made this a pocket. So I have a pocket out of, it's worked, right? I don't know, can you see that? It's worked right into the bottom, so I don't have to worry about it flopping. I can put my cell phone, I can put a wallet, I can put my keys in it, put my hands in it. And like I said, you wouldn't have this color shirt on it, you would have a dark color shirt. You know, we're in the East Coast, the winter, I have like black wool turtlenecks, gray turtlenecks, warm and toasty. And you don't have to wear a lot of clothes. But, yeah, covered up somewhat, protected. So this is kind of crazy to show in this limited space I have. And so that's probably why I didn't show it. So I showed you 3 of them. I have a few more. I never got to wear any of them. I never wore any one of them. Didn't even wear it for 5 minutes. I have like one more here. I think actually I have, I have one upstairs too. So I have 2 more. A variation of the shrug, and another one that's doesn't look like any of the other ones. So I was just making. I must have thought we were going to get out of lockdown, but we didn't. So, so I have all these cardigans ready for winter, and maybe next year, or this year, 2021. Maybe I'll get to wear them. So I know it's not a really clear visual because of this. I'm in my corner of my living room, and when I look in the camera, it looks like the stuff is really far away, but it's not. I think I have like maybe 4 feet behind me, and then you walk into all that stuff I have back there, the yarn, and like I told you, I do other crafts. So I have polymer clay, I have beading, I have my metal work when I work with wire or silver. So there's a lot of stuff back there. Then packing things, ribbons and stuff like that. So it kind of piles up on you. And I try to keep it down. I try to keep it at a minimum. But this is as minimal as I can do. I would have to throw stuff out or give it away. That's the only way I could make room. But anyway, I got to show you some of those FOs. And I don't know if they were clear enough, or they probably weren't. I was moving around, and I tend to move around pretty fast. I didn't think I moved that fast, but when I see the videos, it looks like I'm, sped up because I move so much and so fast. But I can't stop, and I can't change it now. So thanks for hanging out with me for a while and looking at a few of my FOs. I have a whole bunch more. Like I said, I made all this winter wear and I didn't go anywhere. Didn't even go to family. None of us did, pretty much. So it's no use whining about it. It's in the past. What does it matter? And so I'm going to say goodbye. And thanks for stopping by. And hopefully I'll be back. And you'll be back. Don't forget to hit the like button for me, which is the thumbs up. And you can subscribe. And if you hit the bell, there's a little bell on there. If you hit the bell, it's a solid bell, a solid coloring. That'll give you all the notifications of when I come on. Before I come on, it should give you the notifications if it's all working correctly. And then they have different degrees of how much you're going to get notified. So you can always change it. If you find it's not to your liking, you can make it less or more. But I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Comment if you want, if you have questions. Except for the ones I did myself, kind of tweaked it here and there. I don't have patterns, but a couple of them I started off with a pattern, and it would get you off to the count in the start, in the yarn maybe. But I always go a little off. Like I said, I think everybody does. After a while, you just have to let your creative juices flow, and you start doing other things to it. So, but I'll at least put you in the right direction, or if you have any other questions, I'll try and answer all of them. I do read my comments. I enjoy them. I appreciate that you take the time to even type them. We're becoming a really large community, and the fact that you find time in your day to ask me something or comment on something, it's a thrill, and I thank you. And so I'm going to say, be kind, goodbye, and I'll be back. Bye-bye.